Ok, estamos ahora aquí en el cuarto de... Leo, espera que estoy grabando. Tenemos la vista hacia el mar. Estamos en el hotel de Coronado adentro.
Serves cocktail and light fare with entertainment. And the Dell's Sunday brunch in the historic Crown Room always receives rave reviews. The Dell features a variety of shops and boutiques with jewelry, housewares, apparel, toys, and Dell memorabilia. Named the #1 wedding and honeymoon destination in America by the Travel Channel, the Dell also holds a special magnet.
Está Paul y Leonor.
Year after year for anniversaries, special occasions, and holiday celebrations. The Dell is decorated with thousands of twinkling lights and features a spectacular beachfront ice rink.
Está mostrando todo el hotel, la historia del hotel.
By creating your own memories and traditions at Hotel Dell Coronado.
Ya pasó la historia. Pasó la historia ya. Es como su escritorio.
Y aquí no tiene silla de ruedas para la gente que no puede caminar.
Bien aquí. Vamos a grabar la historia, a ver qué es lo que están hablando. La historia de aquí. La historia del Coronado Hotel. Sí. Ya, espera que estoy filmando. No me quiero mover mucho.
The Hotel Del Coronado was the inspiration of Elijah Babcock and Hampton Story. These two Midwestern businessmen were so captivated by Coronado's spectacular setting that they decided to build a resort that would become the talk of the Western world. First, the community of Coronado was developed. A small real estate office oversaw Coronado lot sales, the profits from which funded construction of the hotel. The hotel was an impressive undertaking, with much of the materials and manpower being imported from outside the state. Building proceeded rapidly, in part because crews worked round the clock. When it opened in 1888, the Hotel Del Coronado was a technological marvel and even featured its own power plant. The Dell has a distinguished presidential past, starting with Benjamin Harrison in 1891, and includes President Taft as well as Nixon's 1970 state dinner, where Presidents Johnson and Reagan were also in attendance. In all, 10 United States presidents have visited the hotel. The Dell has also played host to some great American legends, including Thomas Edison and Babe Ruth. Famed aviator Charles Lindbergh was honored at the hotel in 1927 after his successful transatlantic flight. At this lavish banquet, a replica of Lindbergh's plane circled the enormous crown room ceiling. The Dell's royal history starts in 1891 when the King of Hawaii spent Christmas at the hotel. But the Dell's most important royal visitor was Edward, England's Prince of Wales, who was honored at a historic dinner in the Crown Room in 1920. What makes this such an interesting part of the Dell's history is that Edward's future wife, Wallis Simpson, was living in Coronado at that time. 16 years after his Dell visit, King Edward would give up his throne to marry Wallis Simpson. The glamour and sophistication that this royal couple embodied has become synonymous with the Hotel Del Coronado. A variety of recreational activities delighted the Dell's early guests, including horseback riding, which was often done along the beach. Tent City was the hotel's turn-of-the-century amusement park, which offered its own beach activities, as well as a saltwater plunge and a resident band. The Dell is very proud of its World War II history, when the hotel was called upon to provide overflow housing for naval aviators. The Dell was so much a part of San Diego's military landscape that squadron yearbooks often included off-duty photos taken at the hotel. Although the military had wanted to commandeer the resort, hotel management convinced the Navy that it could better serve the troops as a civilian hotel. In this unusual role, the Hotel del Coronado not only provided military accommodations, it provided a welcomed respite from the rigors of wartime training. In the process, the Hotel del Coronado became San Diego's social center and produced a romantic roster of couples who met here, married here, and honeymooned here. Although the Dell's literary history is impressive, the author most associated with the hotel is L. Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz. Baum lived in Chicago, but he wintered at the Dell during the early 1900s and even wrote some of his Oz books at the hotel. In fact, the books he wrote reference Coronado in the front pages. This acclaimed author was so fond of the hotel that he even hosted his own story hours at the Dell. Probably our most famous guest is Kate Morgan. She checked in 1891 and never checked out. Today, Kate lives full-time at the Dell as the hotel's resident ghost. Kate's story is a compelling one. She came to the Dell to rendezvous with the gentleman. When he never showed up, Kate took her own life. This tragic love story made headlines throughout the state, where Kate became known as the beautiful stranger. Today, guests, employees, and even paranormal researchers have seen her ghostly figure throughout the hotel or have felt her presence. And visitors report flickering lights, inexplicable noises, strange fragrances, and chilling breezes. The Dell's celebrity history goes back to Hollywood's earliest days and includes everyone from Frank Capra to Steven Spielberg. Mary Pickford was a frequent guest, as was Charlie Chaplin, who loved playing polo at the Dell. The Dell also attracted a young Clark Gable, Jane Russell, and Errol Flynn. Some of Hollywood's biggest stars graced the Dell, including Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn. Mickey Rooney and Kirk Douglas played at the Dell, as did Frank Sinatra, John Wayne, and Lucy and Desi. Not only did celebrities vacation at the Dell, they made movies here, including the #1 comedy of all time, Some Like It Hot. This romantic romp was filmed at the hotel in 1958 and starred Marilyn Monroe, Jack Lemmon, and Tony Curtis. Award-winning Billy Wilder was the director. The Dell is so much a part of this movie classic that it's practically a cast member. The Stuntman is a well-regarded cult classic where once again the Dell plays a starring role. Shot during the late 1970s, the film crew constructed a fake tower on top of the hotel's roof and then blew it up. The result is so spectacular that many people really believe a part of the Dell was destroyed during the making of this movie. Today, the Dell continues to draw top Hollywood talent, including superstars such as Susan Sarandon, Kevin Costner, Brad Pitt, Jack Nicholson, Jodie Foster, Michelle Pfeiffer, Sharon Stone, and Madonna. What is so special about the Dell's history is that it never ends. This National Historic Landmark is just as captivating today as it was over a century ago. The red shingled roofs and storybook style continues to romance Coronado's beachfront like a fairy tale castle in full Victorian splendor. Inspired by a legend and destined to become one, Beach Village evokes the coastal charm of the Dell. This private enclave of cottages and villas right on Coronado's famed beach surrounds guests in contemporary luxury while offering all the Del's world-class amenities just next door. Named one of the top beaches in the United States, the Del offers endless recreation and opportunities to relax and unwind. The treasures of the ocean, sun, and sand inspire an extraordinary spa experience where the rhythms of the tides are captured in every pampering treatment and where cares disappear over the vanishing edge of a magnificent oceanfront pool. At the Del's Marina, guests enjoy sailboating, kayaking, and jet skiing, along with lessons and tours. With 28 oceanfront acres, kids and teens can play poolside and surf year-round. The Del offers a variety of dining venues, including 1500 Ocean, the resort's signature restaurant, featuring sophisticated Southland coastal cuisine and a spectacular sunset over al-fresco cocktails by crackling fire pits. For casual dining, Shearwater features breakfast and lunch and dinner menus that showcase the region's freshest catch and seafood offerings. Named for the Del's visionary founders, Babcock and Story Bar serves cocktail and light fare with entertainment. And the Del's Sunday brunch in the historic Crown Room always receives rave reviews. The Del features a variety of shops and boutiques with jewelry, housewares, apparel, toys, and Del memorabilia. Named the #1 wedding and honeymoon destination in America by the Travel Channel, the Del also holds a special magic for those who return year after year for anniversaries, special occasions, and holiday celebrations when the Del is decorated with thousands of twinkling lights and features a spectacular beachfront ice rink. And now we invite you to become a part of our history by creating your own memories and traditions at the Hotel del Coronado.